Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the catalog flashback for a weekend in May 2016. So yeah, let's get started. So if you don't know what the catalog flashback series is, it's pretty much a series where I go over a past catalog update, events, or release of items just for nostalgia's sake because I think it's fun to look back at some of the things that happened in the past and see how they have changed or compared to now. And right over here, we do have this kind of random weekend here in May where there are actually quite a few themes that they did have here. And usually every weekend back in the day when Roblox used to upload stuff, they would usually have a set theme and they would release a couple different items for that theme. Especially in these later years, they kind of mix themes sometimes, and this is a good example of it here. We can see some of these first few items are actually themed after Friday the 13th, as it was Friday the 13th this weekend, but then later we'll see some more items revolving around different themes, like insects or helmets. So we'll actually see a couple different themes here releasing for this weekend. But they did start off here with the Friday the 13th items. They did release a new hat here, the 13 cap, for free on a timer of 1 day. So anybody that was online and saw this item could just purchase it and get it. They did also release a new gear, the Unlucky Launcher for 1,313 Robux, right over there. And they also brought back the Friday the 13th top hat for the same price as the launcher, but on a timer of 13 hours. So right over here, we do have 13 cap, which actually released for free right over there for about 1 day, which is pretty cool that they released a free item for Friday the 13th. This did return a little bit afterwards as well for, I think, 13 Robux. So this wasn't the only time it was available, but still a pretty cool looking cap. I think it actually looks pretty decent, and the 13 on the front looks pretty nice. So a pretty nice item that you were able to get for free if you were just online during this time, and you're able to purchase it right over there. Next up, the Unlucky Launcher. This one's still available for the same price of 1,313 Robux. It is a pretty underrated item, not too many favorites, but it is pretty expensive, so that does make sense here. It's a pretty cool looking item, has a little 4-leaf clover right over there on the side, so not too bad. Definitely pretty accurately themed for Friday the 13th, so not a bad item right over there to have been released. And then next up, the Friday the 13th top hat did go back on sale during this weekend, which this typically returned every Friday the 13th for a couple of years, and it has gone limited since then, so it obviously can't return anymore since you can still get it right now as limited. And it seems to be doing alright, so if you're able to get it for the original price, you were definitely able to make some profit depending on when you sold it. Next up right over here, we did get a couple more kind of luck-based items for Friday the 13th. We got the Unlucky Top Hat for 444 Robux, which released as a regular item, and then we also got the Ladder on Your Head, which released for 250 Robux on a timer of 2 days. We did also see this Bad Luck Sword right over here released for 113 Robux on a timer of 13 hours before going off sale as well. So right over here we have the Unlucky Top Hat, which released for this weekend. It has gone limited since then, but it was a pretty cool item, kind of similar to the cap where it was the top hat and it had the number in the front right over here. But this one looks pretty cool. It has a little broken mirror and some other things that are symbols of bad luck here, so not too bad. A pretty cool looking item here, and it actually did pretty well, selling for a couple thousands, so you definitely made a profit if you bought it for the original price. So not too bad, a pretty decent item right over there. Next up we have Ladder on Your Head, which released for 2 days only for 1050 Robux, and it is still off sale, so another kind of sign of bad luck here with the ladder being above your head. So a pretty silly item here to have been released, and you can see it looks pretty silly on your head right over there, so not too bad, a pretty cool item right over there, and a nice off sale if you're able to get it during this weekend. And then right over here we have the Bad Luck Sword, another one that went off sale, only 113 Robux, so it was a pretty affordable one. Once again, following the trend of these items just kind of having a 13 on it. This one has a gold number 13 on it, but looks pretty cool. Definitely not a bad gear item for one you were able to get for relatively cheap, so a pretty cool item right over there if you were able to purchase it. And right over here after those, we actually get to a new theme here. So we did have a few Friday the 13th items for the first day of this weekend, but now we have a few more different things. We have some insect themed items here. We have the Lucky Ladybug Scarf for 35 Robux, and also the iFly Neon Green Shutter Shades for 250 Robux. We did also get another kind of luck themed item. This one's actually good luck with the good luck charm necklace, so definitely a little bit of a contrast there compared to all the bad luck items from earlier. So over here, Lucky Ladybug Scarf. This one's actually really cute. I think the colors work really well for this kind of insect right over there. And you can see it's also sitting on the front. It's not 35 Robux anymore because of the price floor update, but still a pretty cool one to still get as it is still available for purchase today. And the iFly Neon Green Shutter Shades. This one's actually a pretty random one. It is based off the shutter shades, which are these kind of shades with the lines in the middle, but I think this one's actually meant to go with a lot of the big eye heads. So if you do wear that, it actually works well with that, but without that, it looks kind of silly here as a giant shade is just in front of you. So a pretty unique item, but one that doesn't really work well with every outfit. You might need a specific one to actually make this one work with your outfit. And then right over here, Good Luck Charm charm necklace, kind of the opposite of what we've seen with the bad luck ones. Now we have some good luck charms here on the front, and another item that's still available today for a pretty cheap price, so not a bad item to have been released for this weekend right over here. And now right over here we have some more kind of luck themed items. We do have the golden lucky warrior helm for 500 Robux, which is a new item, as well as the metal feathers of fate, which was a new limited item that released for 150 Robux with a stock of 1,500 copies available. So over here, the golden lucky warrior helm, this is definitely a pretty decent item. It is still available for the same price of 500 Robux. It isn't as popular as some of the other items, so it is a pretty underrated one, but you can definitely tell it was pretty well made here, and it's a pretty decent item that you can definitely wear with a lot of different gold items or warrior outfits, so not a bad new item to have in a release for this weekend. And then the metal feathers of fate, which was an unlimited item here, it definitely did pretty well. It released for only 150 Robux, and you can definitely profit if you do sell it, so not so bad. I think the design of this one actually looks really cool, with these little feathers on the side and these little gems all around it, so definitely pretty cool design here. It hasn't done as well as some of the other limiteds that may have released for similar prices and stock points, but still definitely a pretty decent item here if you do want to get it, as it is still available here for a pretty average price right over there. So yeah, that was this weekend here, mostly themed after Friday the 13th, with some bad luck items as well as some good luck items in the latter half of the weekend. So definitely a pretty cool weekend here. We got some nice releases of new items as well as some returning items and some new limiteds as well. So definitely a good mix of things here if you were able to participate during this weekend for when these items did come out. But yeah, that's for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!